Hello everyone, welcome to Code for Any. Today I need to see this here the Node.js inside the develop here the two API. First ones need to develop here the contact us API, and then after need to develop here the change password API. Need to develop here. First of all need this here the creating here the contact us tables inside the database. Now need to open here the database and to create here the new tables. Now need to give this here the name contact us detail, and we need to create here the 7 columns. Create here like, and now need to give this here the auto increments. Give this here the contact ID like this sets, and now need to give this here the name property varchar. Need to set here the 100. Default value need to set here the blank. Then after need this here the email address. Set here varchar and to give this here the 115 and set here the default blank. Then after need to give this here the subject column, and we need to set here varchar and to set here the 200s blank, and after message varchar and to set this here the 200 define. Maybe need to set here 500 is good. Then after need to set here the status. Set here 1. By default need to set here 0 means new. Once means read. 2 means deleted. And need to set here created date. Created date. Set here the date time and to set here current timestamp. And also another columns need to add here modify date, date time, current timestamp. Now need to creating here these tables. Click on save. Like this creating here the tables. Now need to export this pool database like here. Now no need this here. Now need to create here the API. First of all need to find out here the API list. Here's admin reports. Now need to write down here first of all the contact us post slash here the double quotes inside the slash API. Give this here the contact us, and we need to get here the callback. First parameters are the request parameters, second is response parameters, and two function operators need to use this here. Now first of all need to print this here the request body. Helper.dlogs need to use this here. Now need to give this here the request.body and to print this here. Now need to save request objects inside this request body like here. Now first of all need to check here the parameters. Need to call this here the helper.check parameter valids. Give this here past response. Then after need to pass this here the request object, and we need to check here the parameters required. First of all need this here the name parameters. Then after need this here the email parameters, and then after subject parameter, and last one is message parameters. Need to required fields. Then after we need to set here comma, and if valid then to get this here the callback. Now we need to write down here the db query and to write down here the insert query. Insert into table names. We need to set this here the contact us detail, and now we need to set here the column names. First ones need to give this here the name. Then after need to set here the email. Then after need to set here the subject columns. Then after last ones need to set this here the message columns. other value need to set here the default value. That's why not given this here. Now need to set here the values and to set here for question mark. Now need to pass here the parameters. Request object dots need to give this here the name property. Then after request object dot email, then after request object dot subject, and request object dot message. Like this we need to pass here, and to get this here the result callback. Errors and results need to return here like here. Now we need to check here if gets any errors, then to call this here the helper dot throw HTML errors. First parameters need to give this here the errors, and second parameters need to response. If pass here the response, then to automatically send response inside the API, and we need to return this API because terminate here the response. That's why. Now we need to check here's results. If gets here result, then to successfully insert this data inside the database, and to return this here the response dot JSON. And now need to set here the status colon, set here 1, and set here the message key. Message send successfully. Like this message we need to passing here, and then again we need to copy this response. Now need to set here the files, set here 0 file. Like this, set here the contact us API. Now we need to create here the change password API. First of all need this here API. Need to create here app dot post. Need to set here slash API, and to write down here change password underscore password. Now first ones need to get this here the request parameter object, response objects, and function operators. Now first of all need to check this here the request body, then where request object is equal to request dot body. Now need to check here the access tokens, write down here request dot header, and now need to pass here the response object. Then after need to return this here the if valid users, then to return here the user data. Now also need to check here the parameters, check parameters valids, pass here the response object, request object, and also need to check here the parameters old password and new password. Two parameters are needs for the change password. Like we need to calling here, and we need to get if this valid parameters, then to get this here the callbacks. Now we need to write down here the DB query, and to call this here the update query. First of all need to pass this here the parameters, then after need to get this here the errors and results and function operators like here. Now need to check if gets here the errors are the not nulls, then to helper dot throw HTML errors. First one to pass this here the error object, then response, and to return these functions terminate here. Then after if not any errors, then to check here the results dot affected row more than 0, else parts need to set here the fail message. Now need to response dot JSONs, set here the status is equal to set here 0, and need to set here the message fail, set here invalid password. Same as now need to copy, paste this here. If you get here the affected row more than 0, then to set this here the password change successfully. Like this sets here the message. Now we need to write down here the query update table names user detail, and we need to set keywords use here and to set here the password, set here question mark, and to write down here the where conditions needs here the user ID, and conditions need to set here the old password are same. Now need to pass here the value request dot new password, and after user object dot user ID, and last one need to set here request object dot old password. Like this we need to passing here the parameters, and this API are the developing done. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.